Dear students, great day. Let we start our session with Geography, Unit 4, Hydrosphere. We know that our planet Earth consists of four spheres. They are the lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. In the earliest chapters, we have studied about the lithosphere and atmosphere. Let we see about hydrosphere. Hydrosphere. One of the most indispensable natural resources on earth is water. The earth is also called the blue planet as it holds water in abundance and thus stand unique among all other planets. Hydrosphere consists of water in various forms found on the earth. Over 97% of the water on the earth's surface is confined to ocean and less than 3% of water is held on land as glaciers, ice caps, groundwater, rivers, lakes, and also as a water vapor in air. Hydrological cycle. The earth's water is not static, it is always in motion. This continuous motion of water on, above, and below the earth's surface is called the hydrological cycle. The three major processes involved in the water cycle are evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Water changes its form constantly, that is, ice, water, and water vapor. This process happens in the blink of an eye or even over billions of years. Water resources of the earth can be broadly divided into fresh water and salt water. Fresh water. Rainwater is considered to be the purest form of water as it contains very less proportion of salts when compared to the oceans and seas. Hence it is called freshwater. A major part of freshwater is found in the frozen state in the form of ice caps and glaciers. Around 1% of it is found in the liquid state as rivers, streams, lakes, ponds, etc. Such surface water may also penetrate through porous rocks and gets collected beneath the earth's surface. This is called groundwater. Finland is known as the land of thousand lakes. There are 1,87,888 lakes in Finland. Forms of groundwater. Water table is a level below the ground where water is found collected beneath the earth's surface. Aquifers. Aquifers are porous rock strata filled with water found below the earth's surface. Oceans. The continents and oceans are, however, not evenly distributed in the northern and the southern hemisphere. The northern hemisphere holds 61% of land where areas. The southern hemisphere holds 81% of water. It is because of this pattern of land and water distribution The northern hemisphere is called the land hemisphere and the southern hemisphere is called the water hemisphere. 71% of the earth is covered by water, but very little can be used by humans. Relief of the ocean floor, which means change of landform. The ocean basins are characterized by the following major relief features: continental shelf, continental slope, continental rise, deep sea plain or abyssal plain, oceanic deep, and oceanic ridge. Continental shelf. A continental shelf is a shallow and gently sloping platform extending out from the outjoining continental land mass into the sea. They are also called as shallower, thus enables sunlight to penetrate through the water. This enables abundant growth of grass, seaweeds, and plankton. Hence, these zones become the richest fishing grounds in the world. For example, Grand Banks of Newfoundland in North America. To measure the earth crust, we use a hypometric curve. A hypometric curve is a geographic representation which shows the height of a certain place found on land and the height of the ocean features at sea. Hypso means height in Greek. The continental shelves have extensive deposits of minerals and mineral fuels. Continental slope. Continental slope is a steep slope which descends from the edge of the continental shelf to the deep ocean bed. It forms a boundary between the continental crust and the oceanic crust. This zone is free from deposits as they are steep. The most important characteristics of continental slope is the presence of deep canyons and trenches. Due to the low penetration of sunlight, the slope has nearly freezing point or temperature. Hence, aquatic life has very slow rate of metabolism. Continental rise. At the base of the continental slope is a gently sloping layer of sediments which merge into the deep sea floor. This underwater feature found between continental slope and the abyssal plain is called the continental rise. It consists of submarine fans which are similar to the alluvial fans found on land. Deep sea plains or abyssal plains. The deep sea plains or abyssal plains or underground plains found on the deep ocean floor. These plains extend from continental rise to the mid-oceanic ridges. These plains are usually covered by the thick layer of sediments composed of clay, silt, and sand brought by the rivers. These are often characterized by features like abyssal hills, sea mounds, geas, coral, atoll, etc. Oceanic deeps. Trenches are the deepest part of the oceans and occupy about 7% of the total relief of the ocean floor. The ocean temperature in the trenches is slightly cooler than the freezing point, that is, freezing temperature. As they are sediment free, most trenches are V shaped with steep sides. Epicenter of the great earthquake are all found in the trenches. Dragon Hole is the deepest known underwater sinkhole in the world. The local fishermen call it the eye of the South China Sea. Oceanic ridge is a continuous submarine mountain chain. They are made up of young basaltic rock formed when two tectonic plates move apart. Two of the most well-known mid-Atlantic ridges are the Mid-Atlantic Ridge and the East Pacific Ridge. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge is the largest unbroken oceanic ridge. Movement of the ocean water. The ocean water is dynamic. Temperature, density, external force of the sun, moon, and the winds keep the ocean waters in movement, both horizontally and vertically. Waves and currents are in horizontal motion, while tides have vertical motion. Waves. Of all the movements of the ocean, sea waves are considered to be the strongest. Sea waves are ripples on water caused when winds blow over the sea. The height of these waves depends on the speed of the wind, its duration, and the direction from which they blow. Sometimes waves are also caused by tremors felt on the ocean floor. Such waves are quite destructive and called tsunami. Tides. Tides are the periodic rise and fall of seawater due to the gravitational pull of the sun and moon on earth. Tides are classified into spring tides and neap tides. Spring tides. When the sun, moon, and earth are arranged in the same line, the collective gravitational pull of the sun, moon, and earth's water strengthens to form a high tide known as spring tide. Such tides always occur on full moon and moon days. Neap tide. When the sun and the moon are at right angles, their gravitational force work against each other, causing a low tide called neap tide. A neap tide occurs between the two spring tides, that is, twice a month when the first and last quarter moon appears. Ocean currents. The movement of oceanic water on the surface and at the depths in a defined direction is called ocean current. Ocean currents are in clockwise motion in the northern hemisphere and in the anti-clockwise motion in the southern hemisphere. The factors that generate ocean currents are Earth's rotation, prevailing winds, and difference in temperature and salinity of ocean water. On the basis of temperature, ocean currents are classified as warm currents and cold currents. The movement of ocean currents from the low latitudes towards high latitudes is called warm current. The movement of ocean currents from the high latitude towards low latitude is called cold current. For example, Gulf Stream in Atlantic Ocean. Marine resources. The biotic and abiotic resources found in the oceanic water and at the bottoms are called marine resources. The ocean's resources play a vital role in sustaining the needs of society. A array of marine organisms is used for food, medicine, cosmetics, and a wealth of industrial applications. The world's demand for energy, minerals, and water have become increasingly dependent on non-living marine resources. So, we must conserve these marine resources. Marine resources are classified into energy resources, mineral resources, and biological resources. Conservation of marine resources. Oceans are the lifeblood of planet Earth and mankind. The humankind depends on the marine resources for its survival. They are also essential for the economic prosperity, social well-being, and quality of life. Oceans have extensive deposit of oil reserves. Besides a major fishing ground, it helps in generating non-conventional energy, development of many ports and harbors for trade purposes. Coastal tourism also attracts people around the world, thereby contributing to the economy of many countries. The Great Barrier Reef. Reef means it is a ridge of material at or near the surface of the ocean. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system composed of 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands stretching from about 2,000 kilometers. It covers an area about 350,000 kilometers. The reef is located in the Coral Sea off the coast of Queensland in Australia. In this session, we learned about the importance of water, fresh water, relief features of the ocean floor, movements of ocean water, and marine resources, finally, the need for conservation. Thank you.